Good morning, Callum. How are you today?
Yeah, good, thanks, Shane. Welcome to the Barenbrug Research Farm.
Thank you. So, considering the right subclover to grow can be a daunting task, what steps do I need to take?
Yeah, so there's a few things that you need to consider here, Shane. Firstly, when looking at the new varieties compared to old varieties, understanding that they've been bred for increased forage production, increased disease resistance, and also increased levels of hard seededness. Secondly, you need to look at your own soil type, so that includes factors such as your soil pH, your soil texture and your drainage, and then lastly, ensuring you select a cultivar with a similar maturity level to the district rainfall that you receive.
Okay, so how does soil type influence my selection of subclover?
Yeah, so there's actually 3 subspecies of subclover, so they all have a little bit of a different agronomic attribute. First one is Brachycalycinium, so it's the most productive subclover species, isn't really a fan of waterlogging or highly acid soils. They also have the largest seed size, so if you're sowing that, you just got to remember to increase your sowing rate. Second is the subterranean subclover, so they suit well with free draining acid soils, have a really good fur burial and have good hard seed levels. And then thirdly, we have the Uninicum, which are good for waterlogged acid soils.
Okay, so what if I've got a paddock with both waterlogged areas plus free draining banks? How do I approach that?
Yeah, sure. So if you have a bit of variability across your paddock, it might be a good idea to sow 2 of the subspecies together and try and mitigate any issues that could arise.
So sowing rate is important. What rates do you recommend?
Yeah, so Barenbrug recommends sowing rates of at least 8 kilos per hectare with the Agricote subclover. And just remember with those brachy seeds that you can actually bump up the sowing rate a little bit to get a good seed set. So establishing a good seed set in year 1 will enable the legume component of the pasture to be set. It will also enable good nitrogen fixation in the soil, as well as increasing forage production.
And maturity dates are important when selecting the subclover species. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so with your maturity levels, it's important to get the right maturity level to your district rainfall. Another way you can look at commonly used varieties in the area and look at their maturity levels and match it off that.
So hard seededness is important in clover varieties to provide insurance against false breaks. What can you tell me about the hard seededness levels in Barenbrug clover varieties?
Yeah, so all Barenbrug varieties actually come with a hard seededness level over 30%. And as you mentioned, it's important to consider these hard seed levels. And as a rule of thumb, earlier varieties will have a higher level of hard seed to sort of prevent against those false breaks in the lower rainfall zones.
Okay, and tell me about subclover seed coatings.
Yep, so as a standard, Barenbrug offer Agricote on all our subclover seed. This comes with the benefit of already being pre-inoculated on the seed, as well as having gaucho insecticide on there. So it'll offer really good establishment for the first month and give about a month's protection from insect pests such as red-legged earth mites.
Thanks for the discussion, Callum. Subclover really is a long-term investment that delivers year after year, so it really does pay to get it right in that first year of establishment.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time, Shane.
Grow with confidence. Insist on the yellow bag.
Barenbrug. Our seeds available at all quality outlets.